Hello and welcome to Red Raider News. I'm Bethany Holland.
And I'm Caleb Franks. As many as you may know, it's a little frustrating to get out of the school parking lot at the end of the day.
It can take forever to get off campus, and I've actually witnessed a few people almost get run over from a driver driving too fast.
So that got us thinking, is there anything that can be done to make our parking lots quicker and safer to get out of? Here's what we found out.
Many people are frustrated with the Robert E. Lee parking lots.
I'm not a huge fan of it.
I've come close to getting hit a couple of times just from people, kind of maybe driving too fast.
2 years ago, we had a girl hit in the A lot, and in 2010, I was hit by a car in the parking lot.
Robert E. Lee faculty and students experience daily how hectic the school parking lots can be at the end of a school day.
It's just hard to get out of. It's very disorganized because I've almost gone over a couple times. People don't pay attention.
One of the issues facing pedestrians in driving is speeding.
People tend to speed from one speed bump to the next.
The speed limit, first off, is 15 miles an hour, and although it doesn't sound like a lot, when you get to driving around and trying to get around these corners and stuff, 15 miles an hour is kind of, if you're going to do more than that, it's going to be very noticeable.
Another issue is students dashing in front of or behind moving vehicles. Mr. Bethany says even backing out of a parking lot can be a challenge.
I know at the end of the day I've tried to leave, and when I'm backing out, I would look, and it seemed clear, and then about the time I'm starting to go back, there's somebody just all of a sudden that pops up.
Some people feel as though pedestrians and drivers spend more time paying attention to their cell phones than where they're going.
You see a lot of people walking through the parking lot on their cell phones like this and not really paying attention to where they're going.
Students actually are normally not our problems in the parking lots. The parents are. Adults are who we mostly have the problems out of them driving on this campus, speeding, being impatient to drop their kid off so they can go to school, being on their cell phone because that's way more important than not hitting a kid. We'll tell them or write a ticket for it because it is a ticket. Even if you're on Red Raider Drive, you cannot use your cell phone while the school lights are flashing.
So, what can be done to help with traffic congestion at the end of the school day? Officer Hammock recommends avoiding trying to get on the loop from Red Raider Drive. Instead, go left on Red Raider Drive and take Independence to Broadway. This would alleviate much of the traffic backup. She also says some help may be on the way.
They're going to change the exit on the A parking lot onto Red Raider Drive where there is a left-hand turn lane, a right-hand turn lane, and a bus lane exiting and a bus lane entrance, so it doesn't get so backed up right there. There are 3,000 people on this campus at any given point during the day. At 4:10, approximately 2,000 people are trying to leave out of 3 exits on this campus.
So, in the meantime, slow down, be aware of your surroundings, and have a little patience.
Hopefully those new turn lanes will help. And speaking of turning, not exactly a lot of people are fond of the new left turn sign on Donnybrook that was installed last year.
Our James Poyer and Cole Phillips tell us why the sign was installed and if it's actually helping with traffic.
The no left turn sign was added on Donnybrook outside of the guard shack just over a year ago here at Robert E. Lee, and it has started causing problems. The main complaint that many people are starting to have with the sign is that the sign is causing traffic between Shiloh and Donnybrook. The question that we have is, why is the sign still there, and what does it do? Allison Johnson, a student at Robert E. Lee High School, has recently gotten a $300 ticket for turning left off of Lee's campus.
I pulled out and turned left and drove probably 100 feet, and then I saw him speeding after me. He actually asked me if I knew why he was pulling me over, and I asked him if there was a sign there saying that you couldn't turn left, and he just laughed and said yes and proceeded to take my information and give me a ticket.
Danny Brown, Tyler ISD Chief of Police, said that it has been his observation that about 50% turn right and about 50% turn left. He also said that the no left turn sign is in effect all the time, not just at dismissal. He says that those caught turning left from the parking lot could get a citation.
I've talked to a lot of teachers, and they've even said they didn't know it was there, and I've watched now since I got the ticket, and I've seen at least 20 teachers do the same exact thing.
But recording the sign itself, with a Tyler City police officer not present, over half of the people coming out of the school turned left. So if people are completely ignoring the sign and not getting punished by breaking the law, why is the sign there in the first place? All right, we have our current temperatures. Tyler is 58 degrees, Jacksonville 56 degrees and cloudy, and Longview 57 degrees and cloudy as well. Now we have your overnight and afternoon temperatures. At about 2 p.m. it's going to be 52 degrees. At about 5 p.m. it's going to be 53 degrees and cloudy. And for your overnight, about 10 p.m. it's going to be 45 degrees and cloudy as well. So here we have your 5-day forecast. It's going to be calm and cool all week, except for Wednesday. There's a 10% chance of rain. And with your REL weekly forecast, I'm James Poyer. Back to you guys.
There are actually a lot of big summer movies on the way to be excited about.
With the very latest, here's Austin Barrett with your entertainment wrap-up.
Kicking things off, Avengers 2 Age of Ultron hits theaters May 1st. Tony Stark creates Ultron, a robotic overseer of all automated Iron Man suits, who then believes that humanity is a conglomeration of beings destroying themselves and declares them unworthy of existence. The Avengers reassemble to mop up the mess that Tony Stark has created and avenge humanity once more. Next on the list, Jurassic World, because Spielberg is back to slap evolution once more. Next up, Terminator Genesis, because not only could we not spell, but we had to undo that ungodly mistake known as Terminator Salvation. Terminator Salvation. Wait, no, stop that. You're awful. Stop. And possibly the greatest way to finish off this list of upcoming movies, Star Wars Episode 7, The Force Awakens. Whatever that means. Not much has been confirmed for the movie. All we have so far is confirmed Empire, confirmed Millennium Falcon, confirmed Lightsaber Claymore, and confirmed... Next up on our list is Halo 5, 343 Industries' newest installment to the Halo franchise, and a member of the surprisingly awaited Master Chief Collection. This game brings us back to Master Chief in a very odd time in his life. The UNSC has considered him AWOL and is on a manhunt after him, while his only companion, Cortana, has died. The only downside to this story is, despite it being very, very interesting to most players, considering it is completely uncertain to how it will go, no one is sure how the gameplay is going to turn out. Throughout many of our sneak peeks, we have seen some very complicated changes to the game, some of which are controversial to the point where it's considered not even worth checking.
Tyler SD is putting its finishing touches on its new CTE Center.
Here's Julian Boucher and Kyle Van Cleve with a preview of what students can expect this fall from the center.
Tyler ISD is preparing to unveil its new Career and Technical Education Center, or CTEC for short. The 147,000 square foot campus will be located on the corner of South Bennett Avenue and Earl Campbell Parkway. CTE Director Misty Rager says the center will be based on community's needs and students' interests.
It's very much what kind of jobs are here in Smith County, and then we hook that up with what student interests are so that we kind of match what they're looking for in workers, what the community's looking for in workers, with our students who are interested in that field.
John Tyler and Robert E. Lee students will be taking their core and extracurricular classes at their home campus and then go to the center for their advanced CTE classes. About 1,000 to 1,200 students are expected to attend the center each day. Rager says the center will have a large range of classes for a large range of students. The 13 programs offered will include criminal justice, cosmetology, culinary arts, audiovisual productions, construction, and more.
And then we also have programs that we're working with the West Campus for TJC. So we still have some industrial trades things that we're working with them. One of which is collision repair, and that's going to be a very popular program.
Students will be able to obtain certifications in certain areas.
They can do some licensure, things that would allow them to go to work immediately, like cosmetology is a state license. I'm certified nurse assistant is a state license. Then there are also certifications that we offer that would be basically completion and show some competency that would help get them the job. Or very entry level, like welding. We'll have American Welding Society Level 1, which is they're able to go out and get a job with that certification.
One question on many students' mind is how travel to and from the center will affect their typical school day. Rager says students will be shuttled from their home campus to the center and back.
Every class there is going to be at least 2 periods. No kids are going to lose any sort of credit to travel, and that's because we've worked really hard with the bus, with our transportation department. Students will have 2 periods there, and then usually what will happen is their class will be next to a period that's going to be a travel and lunch. So it will not affect their schedule. So if it says 2 credits, it's only two slots on your schedule. it's an opportunity and it's a privilege to get to go. It is something that every district in East Texas is jealous of, that we get to do. There's nothing in East Texas that's like it. And it's beautiful. It's something very proud. The community is extremely proud of it, and I know students of TISD will be too once we get there.
The place actually looks pretty cool.
Yeah, I can't wait to check it out. And thanks for checking us out today.
For more information about Tyler schools and what's happening, go to tylersd.org.
And have a great day.